Welcome to Korean Cinema Channel. Today I would like to send you the following news.
While Wang Kai, though growing older, still boasts long legs that are far from short. Together, they form a couple so perfect it's almost impossible to look away. The chemistry between them both on an FF screen is palpable, with the level of flirtation dialed up to the maximum. Especially with their off-screen dynamic, Wang Kai's playful teasing of Tan Songyun creates an interesting contrast to his cold, indifferent character in the drama. Wang Kai's character might seem to have little regard for Tan Songyun's character, but behind the scenes, he loves to tease her. During one of the rehearsals, when the director explained that the scene required their characters to argue, the logic was that they shouldn't exchange WeChat contacts as part of the conflict. But off-screen, the two share a completely different vibe, one full of light-hearted moments and playful interactions. This contrast adds a charming layer to their on-screen relationship, making their real-life connection just as fascinating to fans as their on-screen dynamic. Wang Kai, known for his playful side, couldn't help but get a little upset when the director insisted that his character couldn't add Tan Songyun's character on WeChat to add to their argument in the scene. Who could tolerate that? Without missing a beat, he jokingly retorted, "Stop interfering with me." The situation got so amusing that the director and crew couldn't just sit by and watch. They handed the script over to Wang Kai, giving him the creative freedom to make some changes as a result. From episode 2 onwards, Wang Kai began reshaping his character. The once cold, aloof Captain Gao-ji, who appeared distant and unapproachable, slowly softened and became more affectionate. This unexpected twist in his character development left the audience delighted, as the character's initial cold persona melted away into one that was more relatable and, dare we say, a lot more charming. The shift in his portrayal was a testament to the chemistry between Wang Kai and Tan Songyun, both on and off screen. Their playful interactions, even in the midst of a scene, created a dynamic that made the drama all the more engaging and fun to watch. Wang Kai's quick thinking and ability to add humor and warmth to his character demonstrated his professionalism and understanding of the audience's love for these sweet, unexpected moments. What's even more amusing is the scene where Captain Gu goes to the hospital to meet the parents. During his self-introduction, Wang Kai, affectionately referred to as Kai Wang, accidentally exposed his true feelings. In front of Tan Songyun's mother, he introduced himself as Tan Songyun's boyfriend. Without realizing it, he inadvertently confessed his feelings in front of her parents. This was definitely an unexpected slip-up. Was that something he was supposed to say out loud? Wang Kai really let his guard down in this moment, and the situation became both awkward and hilarious. As for Tan Songyun, the person directly involved, she was completely unaware of the slip. After all, at that point in both the drama and real life, things hadn't reached that level yet. She didn't expect him to accidentally spill the beans, and the candidness of Wang Kai's words was certainly a surprise. It was one of those moments where the line between the drama script and real emotions blurred, and it created a hilarious yet heartwarming situation that fans couldn't help but love. Wang Kai's unintended confession added an extra layer of charm to the scene, making it even more memorable for viewers. It's worth mentioning that this wasn't the first time Wang Kai had a slip-up on set. During the scene where the characters wear chest pins, there was a moment where the position of the pins for males and females were different, and once again, Wang Kai's composure completely broke down. When it came time to pin the chest badge on the male character, everything went smoothly. However, when it came to Tan Songyun, Wang Kai's face became visibly embarrassed, and he was clearly flustered. His hands, which were supposed to be nervous as part of the scene, were actually shaking in real life, and it was almost as if he didn't know where to place them. The scene was supposed to show that his character was nervous, but what everyone didn't know was that Wang Kai himself was genuinely nervous. The authenticity of his reaction made the moment even more hilarious and endearing to the audience. It was one of those perfectly natural, unscripted moments that added depth to their chemistry. Wang Kai's genuine nervousness only made the scene even more memorable and charming, proving that sometimes the most real moments can make the best performances under the watchful eyes of everyone. Wang Kai was tasked with pinning the chest badge on the female character, and he was so nervous that he actually pinned it crooked. His little finger twitched, and his mouth was tightly pressed in concentration, trying to hold back his embarrassment. Even Tan Songyun couldn't help but find that amusing and had to stifle her laughter. It happened multiple times, every attempt was slightly off, as if the badge just wouldn't cooperate. What made it even funnier was that when he pinned the badges on the 4 male characters earlier, he did it with such confidence and skill, almost like a professional. But when it came to Tan Songyun, things completely fell apart. Was as if the simple task had turned into a monumental challenge for him, and the genuine nervousness was impossible to hide. It was a classic case of when it's the one you care about, everything becomes a bit more difficult. Wang Kai's hands-off moment became one of the most entertaining and endearing parts of the shoot, leaving everyone in stitches, but, in reality, there are times when Wang Kai is all strength and no hesitation. For instance, in one scene, he had to do a princess carry 7 times. From the front of the plane to the back, from the top to the bottom, he carried Tan Songyun up and down the stairs without breaking a sweat. He made it look so easy, as though it was nothing at all. What made it even more impressive was that, despite carrying her up and down so many times, Wang Kai still had the energy to joke around with Tan Songyun. He playfully teased her about her eyes, saying they looked as wide as copper bells. He even invited everyone to check the replay, suggesting they take a look at Tan Songyun's double chin in the process. His ability to stay light-hearted and playful, even in such physically demanding scenes, showed a different side of his charisma, one that balanced strength with humor, making the moment not just impressive but also heartwarming and fun. KK Wang ran so many times, and he can still comment on Tan Songyun, she is not heavy. Regarding this clip, I can't help but think of the funny clips of several male protagonists who couldn't hold a girl. Now with KK Wang's interpretation, everyone finally knows whether the girl is fat or the boy is weak. Compared with some male actors who have healthy limbs but weak limbs, KK Wang is indeed the leader in princess hugs. This is the physical strength that male actors should have. Those male actors who complain that they are too heavy to hold are obviously too weak to admit it, and they insist on saying that it is the weight problem of the actress. It turns out that they used to love each other so much. What overwhelmed the Feng's he love was never the rope of the photogate. Nicholas Tse knows everything, and he is willing to love without hesitation. When the photos of Edison Chen and Cecilia Chun went viral across the country and everyone was laughing at Nicholas Tse, Nicholas Tse said calmly, "That's it? I don't care at all." In the interview, Nicholas Tse recalled the situation at that time. How surprised everyone was, how confused Nicholas Tse was. Because he doesn't read newspapers or surf the internet, and when he's not working, Nicholas Tse hardly looks at his phone. So when the photos were exposed and went viral, Nicholas Tse was completely unaware. It was Cecilia Chun who took the initiative to hug Nicholas Tse and told him to be honest with him, and Nicholas Tse realized it later. However, even at that moment, Nicholas Tse's first reaction was not to blame, not to dislike, and not to add insult to injury. Nicholas Tse immediately comforted the crying Cecilia Chun and said, "It's okay, I have my husband, I'm still here." This answer makes people feel at ease, and this reaction also made Nicholas Tse win a lot of applause, just because men who can protect their wives when disaster strikes are real men. Nicholas Tse himself is a traditional man with male chauvinism. He needs to pursue perfection in everything. But even in that situation at the time, Nicholas Tse was still willing to publicly protect his wife and face the embarrassing side that a man is most afraid of touching, saying that he had known Cecilia Chun for so long. Would he not understand his wife's personality? Would he not know his wife's history? Of course he understood. The moment Nicholas Tse decided to propose to Cecilia Chun, he knew everything. He had known Cecilia Chun's past for a long time. It was Nicholas Tse who convinced himself to let bygones be bygones. Since he decided to get married, he had to accept all of Cecilia Chun's history, good and bad, and tolerate and accept her. So when the matter was exposed, Nicholas Tse was very calm. He just supported his wife from the bottom of his heart as Cecilia Chun's husband. Of course, in a relationship, Nicholas Tse's reaction like this is indeed a plus, but netizens are still very curious. Has Nicholas Tse seen the photos? If he really saw the photos, would he have different ideas and would it affect the relationship? For this question, Nicholas Tse answered very neatly and quickly stated that he had not seen the photos. As for whether he would be affected after seeing the photos, he didn't know. But for him at that time, the first thing he put in front of was always his trust in Cecilia Chun's feelings, so it really didn't matter whether he looked at it or not. Nicholas Tse didn't want to be influenced by the things around him. Moreover, this matter actually happened before marriage. If you really have to care about everything, then Nicholas Tse's premature love at the age of 13 can also be dragged out to care about. Nicholas Tse, who said this, is like a prime minister with a chauvinistic sentiment. He has a big heart and can accommodate all rivers. He loves very much. To love someone is to accept her scars and only love her, and nothing else has anything to do with it.
Thank you for watching my channel. See you in the next videos. Thanks.